Hey, I'm Todd. Thanks for choosing to watch my video, and if you would subscribe it, like it, all that stuff, that'd be great. Otherwise, enjoy the video, and I hope it gives you the information you need and is helpful to you. Take care. All right, 1999 Ford F250 V10 engine, 6.8, looking to do the heater core replacement. I'm going to get this bracket out of the way to make it a little easier to get to the heater hoses. Back there, 3 11mm nuts. You can get this bracket down off to the side, then give yourself a little space, and then there's some quick connects back there. Can't really videotape it, but I'm sure I'll show you after the fact how they work. The passenger side, when removing the glove box, right, put this guy's stuff somewhere else. Get these stops here. We'll push this in here and this as well. Ooh, like that. Oh, there we go. Now we have this access panel right here. 5/16, probably your 8mm bolts. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7 bolts. So just take those bolts out. Right there. Pretty easy there. This is probably kind of glued in place with a sealer of some kind. All right, taking it apart and putting it together. This needs to lift up and off. That's how that works there. Tip for you. Vacuum line connected down here. And there's the heater core. Has a little bit of goop around it. Looks pretty good though. You could maybe use some RTV silicone if you wanted to. We'll just be sliding that out. Alright, so actually, because you're replacing this, and if those quick connect plastic pieces don't want to squeeze easily, you can actually just cut right here. And you can probably use a hacksaw. Get a couple tools here. Cut off wheel, little air one, but it's aluminum. It's going to cut pretty darn easy, so just cut a couple slots here. You can take the hoses off and get to the connectors easy, and then you can pull the heater core out. Then we'll remove the screws so we can remove the blend door actuator here. Probably unplug it, push that terminal up and pull it out. Push that. Alright. Screw, take that out. Put that off to the side. Quarter-inch ratchet and an 8mm deep socket up there. That's really all you need. We'll just take that bolt out of the back. 2 bolts should do it. The unit out. Screw back there. I'm not sure if you can squeeze those terminals there to get the just the motor out. That might work. So I had to turn a little bit. You can kind of see that's kind of keyed. So you'll need to be turning the door maybe to get this to drop into place properly. When we put it back together, let's see here. All right. Gives us nice access to our heater hoses, and you can probably even cut them in here if you want to. So we can probably slide this out now. There's a look inside. Here's our hoses. So we just want to be able to squeeze these really and pull that out. So we got an O-ring, plastic spacer, another O-ring, and this plastic piece, and this all needs to be back in this hose. O-ring, plastic, O-ring. Make sure it's in there right. Gonna work this over here. Seems to have a notch on it. Notches. Back in place, ready to slide on. You got O-ring, plastic spacer, O-ring, and then this right here. So try not to lose them. And we'll just slide back on and click into place on the new one. So you can see the old heater core and the new heater core. The new one doesn't seem to come with any material on it. I'm a little surprised because it's actually from Ford. So I'm going to grab some little tape here, self-adhesive tape, and wrap it a little bit just to give it a little more insulation and a little bit more like this. So we'll just wrap it around here and that'll be better than nothing. There we go. Boom. Little finagling and it's back into place. The trickiest thing for you is to drop this into place so the foot, so that goes in the right spot. So what you want to do, maybe if it's in your hands now, you can maybe disconnect it here. Then you can mount the bracket and you can drop this into place. Give that a shot. Might give you a little more mobility with the motor here. You just be able to squeeze and release it. There's two bolts and plastic pieces. They both need to fit in these holes, and then you twist this into place on there. This one and this one. It did work pretty well to drop that into place. And then drop the motor down and snap it onto its little pegs and snap it back into place. So we'll just throw the cover on, put this harness back in this little hole there, and that'll be done on the inside. And we'll just snap our coolant lines onto the heater core. Snap the lines back in place. Now, usually don't lose too much coolant, maybe a quart or so. Usually keep the lines up high. Ugh, wow, it's on tight. Too tight, maybe. Is it possible to be too tight? So usually a quart, 50-50 mix, quart, 2 quarts should be just fine. We're down here. There's minimum. We're a little bit below, so we'll put it up to the maximum and run it. Put your heat on hot and turn the blower motor on. Run it for 10 minutes. You should start to get some heat. If not, go ahead and rev up the engine to about 2,000 RPMs. Get that circulation going, and you should be able to get some heat going. If not, you can maybe shut it off and let it sit for a little bit, and then take this cap back off and try and top it off some more. But usually after running it for 10-15 minutes, you can get the 2,000 RPMs. You can get some coolant moving and you'll get some heat out of the heater. And it's not too bad of a job for a heater core replacement on your Ford F250.